How about the Mets lineup now, Jim? I know you love these predictions. What's your opening day Mets lineup going to look like?
You know what, Sal? I think it's a lot like it was last year, at least the top of the lineup. I thought that flowed really well when it comes to runs scored. They don't have any options as the DH right now, so I can't really change it up too much after Alonso. But I think Nemo Marte and Lindor, I mean, there's plenty of runs there. There's speed. I like the balance. It's a pretty balanced lineup all the way around. McNeil protecting Alonso is not ideal. I'd like to see that's where the left-handed hitting DH, when they get one back in the summer, because they really don't have one now. Vogelback's not that guy for me. So that's where that would go. And I would move, I think Buck flips Vogelbach and Escobar to have the better balance. I move Escobar up because later in the game, when Vogelbach comes up, you're probably pinch hitting for him in Narvaez. You're going to pinch run for at least one of them, maybe both. Even if Vogelbach does get his first stolen base ever. I love that commercial. But I think that's why I have that line. You need your best 7 guys at the top. Escobar is going to have a better year this year. I'm not convinced Vogelbach and Narvaez will at this moment. So that's how I would kind of stack them, at least in the early part of the season.
I mean, not that we need to harp on this point anymore, but yeah, I think if you have your best 7 guys at the top of the lineup and your DH is number 8, you need to get it different.
Right.
I like the sound of that.
Doesn't that seem like a problem?
Yes, it is a problem. He should be batting. They need a DH to hit number 5 to protect Lindor and Alonso in that lineup, and they don't have that. That should be Vogelbach's job.
It's specifically because, and we talked about this a lot last year, the lack of power in the Mets lineup. I mean, I know a lot of people here picked Alonso for their Mets MVP. I was tempted to do that as well because when you only have a very limited source of power in your lineup, that's a pretty important bat, and that would be great if they had 2 sources of power. You're right. Like, Alonso shouldn't be the only pop in the lineup. It should be coming from the DH.
Yeah, and look, they clearly need help. Yeah. They need a power bat coming into the year. They didn't get Carlos Correa. You know, they lose Edwin Diaz. I think the way to make up for that is adding another power bat. So obviously that is something that the Mets are going to have to look into and get another bat here. Either way, they need that lineup to improve.